Hey everybody, Kevin here, WQ9F. Thanks for joining me again today on WQ9F Ham Radio, where we talk about ham radio gear, reviews, and most importantly, getting on the air. I want to start off today's video by thanking everybody for all the new subscribers. We're up to 125 subscribers, which is awesome. If you haven't done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button. So for today's video, I want to talk about some new equipment that's going to be going up at my my house here. I recently moved from an apartment down in Chicago to a house. So I've got a little bit of space now to put up antennas and kind of do a little bit more playing ham radio at home. So let's take a look at what we're going to be putting up. So the first antenna that we're going to be talking about is the Diamond X300. This is a 2-meter 440 dual band vertical antenna. Now this does come in two pieces. Once it's fully assembled, it is about 10 feet tall, a little bit higher than that. This was purchased from Ham Radio Outlet in Milwaukee, and once this is up in the air, the peak will be sitting at almost 40 feet. It'll be mounted on the roof of my house using a gable mount at the end of the roof. And there'll be a small mast connecting it to that. So it'll get some really great performance for getting out to some of the more further out repeaters in the area. I think maybe in the future we might pick up a Diamond 2-meter vertical. They sell one real similar to this that just does 2 meters, and that one will be, if I put that one up on the roof, that would be for a dedicated APRS and packet station. But that's kind of maybe in the future. Our next antenna that we're going to be taking a look at here is our DX Commander. This comes from Callum M0MCX in England. If you see many of my other videos, I do run a DX Commander Expedition for doing parks on the air. This one is the DX Commander Classic. This is an all-band vertical. It will be set up for 10 meters through 40 meters, and we'll be running elements for 10, 12, 15, 17, 20, 30, and 40. In the future, the plan is to add what we call a rolly coil. This is a loading coil that goes at the base. That way we can add 80 meters to this antenna by using that loading coil. It's called the rolly coil because it was kind of came up by Rolly ZL1 BQD in New Zealand. I've seen a lot of videos and heard a lot of people talk about it using it to great success. Now I live on a city lot here in Chicago, which is only 25 feet wide by 125 feet long, so 80 meters is going to be a little bit rough, but I think that'll be a great way for us to get up on 80 meters. Now, as far as this antenna goes, this is a 10-meter fiberglass telescopic pole. It does come with some spreaders that you place on the pole going upwards, and then you run individual wire elements for each antenna, for each band. Now this is a resonant antenna, which is nice because that means we don't have to use a tuner, and we can make sure that we are getting good SWR on each individual band as we put it together. The other thing is this one does require some ground radials, so we'll be setting this up in my backyard. And we're not going to be running a full 360-degree ground radial field. We're going to be about 210 degrees, I'd say. I'll be doing a video on this one of putting this one together. When I put the DX Commander Expedition together, it was a nice build. It comes with good and pretty easy instructions and requires a little bit of soldering, so this one should be fun to put together as well. And then the last ones I'm going to put up are actually these little antennas right here. There's a pair of them, and they look fairly similar. These are for receiving ADSB flight position signals. Now, I live near O'Hare Airport here in Chicago, and I currently have a Pi Aware. It's called a Pi Aware Raspberry Pi receiver connected with two little SDR dongles. And right now it just uses, I'm just using tiny little mag mount antennas. There's two of them, one's about 10 inches and one's about 12 inches. And they're just kind of stuck out they're stuck out of a window in my on my second floor in a bedroom. These are going to get mounted on the outside. There's actually an old satellite dish mounted to the house right now. So I'm going to take the satellite dish off and repurpose the mount that's up there. And we're going to put these up. These are tuned for 1090 megahertz and 978 megahertz. So these will go up on the roof as well. The nice thing is these can be put right next to each other using the same mount. They only need a distance of about 12 inches between each other before they start interfering with receiving signals from each other. So these will go up. These will go up on the roof to complement the rest of our antennas that'll be going up. Now, just some quick updates. We do have summer coming up here. I do plan on doing a lot more Parks on the Air activations. There's several parks around the area, as well as a couple that were just added this year that I want to check out. We do have our Wisconsin Parks Pass, so I do plan on heading up into Wisconsin to check out some parks, as well as over into Indiana and maybe even Michigan. You know, it depends on what the summer looks like. As far as the equipment here at the house, setting up our new Hamshack, we're going to be using our IC7300, which you've seen in several other of my videos. That'll be our primary HF radio for now. Our VHF, UHF radio inside our new shack will be the ID5100A. I've had that radio on for a little while now, and I used it at when I was in my apartment with just a little mag mount antenna on. I was really happy with the way it worked and the interface. So we'll be putting that one up as well. And then we're going to be putting a radio in the car. We actually have a Yaesu FTM 100D, which is kind of their older C4 FM radio, but it has built-in APRS, so we'll be putting that one in the car as well. Thanks again for joining me today. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. If you want to see more videos, you can go ahead and hit the bell as well, and we'll tell you when I post. If you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so. My link will be down in the description. Check out some of my other videos, and I'll put links below to all the equipment that I'm going to be putting up, as well as what we're recording with today. Thanks everyone, it's 7-3.